Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Quarantine Diaries once again. I am hanging out today with Cecilia. So before I say too much about Cecilia, I'm just going to pass the baton right to Cecilia and let her tell you anything and everything about herself that she wants you to know.
Hey guys, I am a sophomore at Wando right now, or I will be a junior next time I'm there. And I play percussion in band, and I ran track this one year, this spring, and next year I have different plans. So it's pretty cool.
What are the different plans?
I am actually going to join the rugby team at Wando.
Wait, there's a rugby team at Wando?
Yeah, it's a club, but it's
Okay.
like we get more funding than most teams because it's like all donations.
Okay, hold on. This is going to maybe be a little ignorant, but so I would assume it's not a co-ed team, but like a female rugby team. So there's an actual female rugby club team at Wando of enough girls who want to play rugby?
There's two teams. There's A team and B team.
There's enough girls at Wando that want to play rugby that there's an A team and a B team?
There is.
I am really impressed by this, and I did not know this about South Carolina at all. Have you played rugby at all before?
One of my best guy friends, he's been helping me because as you know, like the whole soccer debacle, like of that. And then I ran track, and then I missed being on a team sport. So he was like, you should play rugby. Like you're strong. You're fast. That would be a good sport for you. And then we started like just playing, and he said I was like pretty good. So I'm going to try out in the spring.
Okay. Have you done anything like this ever before?
Rugby?
Yeah. Anything like rugby ever before?
I've done martial arts, so it's like I kind of know how to like tackle a little bit.
Okay.
And I know how to play football.
Okay, and I know very little. I mean, I know rugby, but I don't know rugby. Do you have any idea like what position you'd be trying out for?
I don't know. I'd probably be offense.
Okay.
What I think, but like they could place me anywhere.
Well, and I feel like from what I've seen of rugby, isn't everybody all on the field at the same time? So it's not like.
Well, so
like,
there's not like
you switch, right?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, it's not like you're switching from offense to defense, right? Everybody's playing both ends of the field.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like soccer with that, where even if you're out there, it's not like football where you have a completely different 12 people that are coming in and out.
Well, there's like two different versions. There's 7v7, which happens in the fall, and there's 15v15, which is in the spring. So but I probably won't be able to do fall because of marching band.
Okay, so you'd be in the 7x7?
No, I would be in 15s.
Okay, the 15s. Okay, that's so crazy. When are tryouts?
I really like I need to learn a lot more.
When are tryouts if everything goes according to plan?
January.
Oh, okay.
But there's also a summer league that I will probably do to train.
Okay, you got plenty of time before that. That's fantastic. I like the breaking news because I had no idea that was even a thing. That's fantastic.
I didn't even know I was gonna say that.
Well, I was going to ask you to tell me one random fact about yourself, but I feel like that's a good random fact that you're going to try out for the rugby team. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. So now with that, as we keep dipping our toes into the water, you could use somebody real. A little boring. I might make fun of you if you share somebody real, if that's your real answer, but that's okay. Name somebody who you would want to quarantine with that is not an immediate family member or blood relative of yours.
This question is really difficult, but I'm gonna have to say one of my best friends, Carly.
Okay.
It's a real person, but I feel like our personalities match so well, and it's like my family's sometimes so hard to deal with. I feel like when we she's been the only person I have been seeing, so like she balances out my family so well. It's so nice.
Okay. So it's more of like how you two would get along and be able to survive quarantine together. Okay. If you were quarantining with Carly, where would you want to quarantine that's not one of the two of yours houses?
Bahamas.
The Bahamas?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I wasn't expecting the Bahamas of all places.
I love the beach.
I love the beach too. Just I feel in my head, I don't think quarantine at the Bahamas. I would think Hawaii or something, but that's just my own. I've never been to the Bahamas.
I've been to the Bahamas and I love it. I love the atmosphere. I like the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, it's what you know. I know the West Coast. So now a not real person, or not real, like real's the wrong word. Somebody you don't know. Who would you quarantine with that is somebody that you don't actually know, but you think it would just be fun. It's like a celebrity to hang out with for 2 months in their house or wherever they live.
Probably a really rich person. So I would say like Taylor Swift, you know? She seems like a cool person, and that would be fun to be in her like huge house.
Plus, there's the upside that if your quarantine ends badly with her, you'll wind up in one of her songs. So you'll become
that's also that's awesome.
Yeah, so Taylor Swift will help you get to that 15 minutes of fame if everything goes poorly during quarantine. Yeah, could be worse. Could be worse. All right. So in the middle of this quarantine season that you find yourself in, what is your routine? How are you keeping today is Wednesday. How are you keeping a Wednesday looking like a Wednesday in the middle of quarantine?
So, like at the beginning of quarantine, I like didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of like struggling, like doing things to thing. But like I've been waking up, drinking coffee, doing schoolwork, and then I usually I'll start schoolwork at like 9:30 because I get up early, and then I work out about like 1, and then I eat lunch, and then I just do anything. Like I practice drums, I watch Netflix, talk to my friends. Just the normal teenage life.
Okay. So you say you get up early.
What'd you say?
You say you get up early, right?
I do.
So how early were you getting up in the regular school year?
6:45.
Okay. How early are you getting up in quarantine?
Probably 9 or 8:30.
Okay, so you don't get up early at all.
Really? Okay, earlier than my friends. My friends will get up at like 11 and be like, "Okay, let's go."
I mean, sure, if that's the definition.
Early for not having anything to really do.
Okay, all right. I'll take that as an acceptable definition of early. Does that mean you stay up late?
I stay up till about 1 every night.
That's not bad. Okay, that's not bad at all. That's just college life. That's why you should never plan your classes unless you're a morning person before 10 a.m. in college, because then you can, leisurely work your way to college classes. That's an inside tip right there. So in the middle of quarantine, have you read anything fun, watched anything fun?
Well, I've watched a lot of Netflix, and I've watched all the shows that everyone's watching, like all like the memes and TikToks about all the shows I've seen. So I've seen like this show, this is called The Outer Banks, which was filmed in my neighborhood. It was actually like filmed on my street, a part of it. So cool. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the show, it's a football show called All American. And then it's just all these Netflix shows that like I've also been getting into like old movies like on Disney Plus that I used to watch in my childhood, and I love like rewatching them. It's one of my favorite things to do.
So, like, what old movie on Disney Plus from your childhood, considering especially your childhood is probably 15 years past mine, what is your definition of old movie from your childhood that you've re-encountered on Disney Plus?
Well, there's been too many, but I watched all the High School Musical movies in one night. I watched Cloud 9, which is a movie I've never seen, but I loved it with my confirmation small group. I watched the Hannah Montana movie, The Last Song, by Miley Cyrus. And let me think. There's so many. There's just so many that I've seen.
Those all fit with probably when I was about 16. So that about fits with the time frame of everything, which is why I haven't seen a single one of them. So I know I've talked to a few of our students with the advent of what's the show, Outer Banks. It was on your street. I feel like I've heard that several of our students had an opportunity to be an extra and they didn't take advantage of it. Did you have the opportunity to be an extra?
I did not. I didn't even know about it.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know what the show was. I remember them filming last summer, and I was like, I have no idea what's happening. Like, this show is probably going to be like a documentary. Like, I'll probably never end up watching it.
Yeah, I remember because I had been here for a couple of months at that point. Pitt Street got taken over by a hurricane. And so they had debris everywhere. And I went, oh, they just must be filming like a retroactive look back at something. I didn't think it was going to be an actual...
I know.
Scripted show.
I had no idea I would like love this show. Like, this has been one of the best shows I've watched in so long.
Okay, I feel like that's been a common theme. So I feel like JH was even saying, when I was talking to JH, that he could pinpoint the places in Charleston.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
They were filming. Okay. He said he could even pinpoint like the places on Shim Creek that they were at.
Yeah, because my family, we go out on the boat every Saturday and we'll be like, look, there's the wreck. Like back here, here's the marsh that they were in. Like here's just, they went up this creek a bunch of times. It's so crazy.
Interesting. I can't wait to see it. Okay. So you've mentioned all the shows, but you forgot one show that's taken over quarantine by storm. And
I have not seen it. I've not seen Tiger King.
Okay, you have not seen Tiger King yet.
No.
Again, it's not an endorsement. I have no desire to watch Tiger King whatsoever.
I knew what you were going to say. I knew.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because you mentioned all the other shows that everybody's talking about from Netflix during quarantine. I feel like All American and Outer Banks are the two like scripted shows that everybody's talking about. Yeah. And then the third is Tiger King. And so I had to see. Have you read anything fun during quarantine?
I mean, I might watch it, but I've like watched like half of an episode and I just like didn't like it.
Okay, for Tiger King?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Have you read anything fun during quarantine so far?
A lot of schoolwork, you know. I've gotten to the point, like, I used to love reading so much, but because, like, we have to read so much and do so much schoolwork, it's just, like, made me uninterested in reading on my own, which I don't like that. I should probably start reading again.
Depending on how much you're reading, that happens, or what they're making you read. There was a season when I was in seminary where I realized it had been 3 years since I had read a book for fun or read a fiction book. And then I looked at one of my papers and went, oh, I sound too stuffy. I need to read fiction again. So it happens. How has your adjustment to the online schooling gone in this season? Have you liked it, not liked it?
I don't think it's that bad. I know my math teacher is probably watching this. Hi, Miss Darby. We were talking, we were like privately chatting on one of the Google Classroom things because I'm one of those students, I usually get all my work in early. I make good grades, but like what would happen is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would be on top of it. And then Thursday, Friday, I just like would barely do anything. So then Monday I'd be like, so sorry, here's all my assignments. And, but now I'm good. Now I've been doing all my schoolwork and like as like a morning block, it's been okay.
Okay. How much time are you spending on Zoom or any other digital platform for your online schooling?
Okay, Zoom, I probably have 2 to 3 Zooms a day.
Okay.
Which is like a lot, but sometimes I'll have more or less. Mm-hmm. And so probably I'll say like 2 hours of Zoom a day, maybe more, maybe less. Mm-hmm. It just depends on the day.
Yep, that makes sense. Do you have any actual like lectures on Zoom, or is she like are they like pre-recording stuff for you?
My math stuff is pre-recorded. My chemistry stuff is pre-recorded. And for AP European History, we're done learning because we're just like reviewing for the exam just soon.
Mm-hmm. So they're probably not watching this, so you can air whatever you're thinking. Is there any, not professor, is there any teacher that shouldn't, what's the right grammar here? Is there any teacher that you have so far from one of your classes that has not been able to figure out how to do distance learning or online learning, and it's just a train wreck?
Surprisingly, no. My teachers have been actually pretty great. Like, they've been great at communication, and they understand, like, when you get assignments in late. Like, I feel like my teachers, I got really lucky. Even though my hard classes were this semester, I feel like I got really lucky.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. Because I figured with some of the high school teachers, considering it was a late change.
My friends have terrible teachers with it. Like, they're, like, okay, here's an example. An astronomy teacher has given them one assignment because he can't figure out how to do anything. Like, he can't email them. He can't email them, like, all, like, one email. He has to, like, email them separately. And I'm just like, no way.
How old is this teacher?
I don't know. He's probably old. I mean, he teaches astronomy.
That's so true. That's funny. Have you been able to do anything band digitally, or is it kind of just you're playing on your own?
I've been practicing on my own, and then usually twice a week I'll have to send in a video of what I've been doing. So like it's like I can pick something and I'll submit it on Wednesday, and then I'll have to show improvement by Saturday. So it's pretty okay.
Okay. When I first moved here last year, one of the first things I remember going to was the percussion concert something. How bummed are you that you don't get to play with those awesome lights, or what were they, like the
Boomwhackers.
Yeah, the Boomwhackers. How sad are you that you don't get to play with the Boomwhackers again at a show this year?
So sad. But they weren't in the concert this year, actually. I wasn't sure. We hadn't gotten a piece yet at the time. But I'm really sad that concert didn't happen. It was supposed to be not last Thursday, but the Thursday before.
I figured it had to be coming up pretty soon.
It was really upsetting because I just had I got a ton of parts this year because I was older. So I have a marimba at my house. So like I could
What?
Yeah, I have a marimba at my house.
What is that? Because right now I'm just picturing a Roomba vacuum cleaner, but like a musical instrument version of a marimba. So what is it?
Do you know what a xylophone looks like?
It's the thing that sits down that has the like metal. I have no musical thing whatsoever, but it's
a wooden piano that's like the width of an entire room.
Holy, that's big. You have one of those at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my friends was quitting, and he sold it to me for a very good price. So.
What does a full price one retail for? If this is Price is Right, like what does a full price one of those retail for?
Probably about $15,000 for a nice one. Whoa. But I got it for a very good, very good. And my teacher told me to take it and run.
So what we're saying is if you ever need to sell something to help pay for college, you have something you can help sell to pay for college.
I probably will sell it when I go to college, but yeah.
If you needed to, you got a quick cash flow if there's somebody who needs a marimba.
That is true.
Okay, that's good. So obviously losing out on concerts and that type of stuff as the school year winds up is super sad during quarantine. Is there anything else that like stands out to you as like your least favorite part or the worst part of this quarantine season so far?
I think that it's that I knew that I was only going to do one track season, and I only got to do a couple meets. Like I got to go to both the JV and the varsity meets because they like chose me to go to varsity. So I got to go to like 4 or 5 meets, but it just makes me really sad that I could never like see my full potential for 1 year, you know?
Yeah. In those meets that you went to, how did you do? Were you happy with them, or do you wish you would have done better?
Yeah, like every Saturday meet that I went to, I was throwing shot put, and I was the only finalist it was like a rookie year. Like all of them had been doing it all years of high school, and they were all juniors and seniors. So I was pretty proud of that. I just like wanted to see how far I could get, you know?
Yeah, that's a good accomplishment right there. That's something to be proud of at least. Okay. So now on the flip side of this, as we wrap up part 1, what has been your favorite part of quarantine so far?
I think I've been getting in like really good shape, and I've been working out every day and eating healthy. And I just think it's so much easier to get into that routine when you're at home. Like at school, like school lunches, I would always just rush and just make a sandwich. But like at home, I've been doing like no carb, low carb, stuff like that. So it's been really fun to make healthy recipes and like not have to rush for food. And I've been able to like work out and stretch every day. Like it's just been a lot of time that I appreciate.
Okay, so you mentioned you're eating healthier, which I feel like doesn't go along with quarantine whatsoever.
I know. I've been helping it.
What have you been making for yourself then that is so much healthier than normal?
Well, like, okay, this morning I had no carb breakfast I made an omelet with peppers and onions and like low fat cheese. You know, it was just like, It was just good. Like I would never do that during school. I would just have a protein bar.
And run. Protein bar and run. Well, all right. That is the perfect place to end it for episode 1. Join back later, and we will be talking to Cecilia more about her quarantine experience. So bye, Cecilia.
Bye.